Hello, my name is Rifky Prayoga Putra, and my friend usually call me Yoga or Rifky. Yeah, everything is possible for me. I was born in Ponorogo, October 30, 2000, so I came from Ponorogo. And how about my family? My mother was dead when I was only 1 month years old, and my father decided to remarry and now has three more children and lives in Tulungagung. But I have lived with my grandparents since I was childhood. But my grandfather died in 2017. Yeah, so my grandmother is living alone. I studied at the Semarang State University majoring in informatic engineering. Here I learned a lot about programming, especially about coding, but not only that, a lot of subjects I learned in this lecture. Why I chose informatic engineering? Yes, I think this is my passion, maybe. And I already like things called a computer. Since childhood, I have learned many things on a computer. At the time of elementary school, I had bought my first PC. And at the time, my uncle taught me about computer. Since that, I have begun to explore more about what computer really are. Although it's still basic about computer. Mm, at that time, my skill was pretty good, so it's no wonder if the value of my computer in elementary school it was always good, and until junior high school, my junior high school grades were always good. Yeah, because I'm a pro, maybe not arrogant, but that's the truth. And finally, after I got to know about computer, I began to know about games, and that is now starting to become one of my hobbies. Yeah, one of my hobbies is playing games, and I was also addicted to games until I was at junior high school. I was so angry because I always played games a day and night until I forgot to study and prayer. I said my parents are so angry when I was do playing games until I was at, but now I'm no longer addicted to game, but playing game is one of my hobbies. But I also have another hobbies, namely futsal, football, and basketball. Yeah, I at junior high school to senior high school always join the school team and represent school team to compete with other school in the tournament, and I often won with my team, and I am actually addicted to futsal, but I also like basketball, and I also joined my school team, and but I never win. Yeah, never mind. But I also represent my school to compete in the tournament. Yeah, that's my hobbies. Why do I like my hobbies like playing game? Yes, because in my opinion it was fun things, especially playing games. Playing game is very light for the brain and can be something that eliminates fatigue and stress, because in the game we can play with friends and laugh together, getting together, sharing all the like we was getting fun together. Yeah, and this is more or less stress, maybe. In game you also can use it as a business. This is like investing in inventory items in the game can make money. That's is not small money, and if we are serious and want to enter the professional scenes in the game can make money. Yeah, nowadays games are used to make money. Many programmers who become successful because of playing games. Not a few successful people from the game, but there have been many people who have success in pursuing the game. And why do I like futsal and basketball? Yeah, who tries to who know the benefit of from the sport. Yes, that's the answer. The sports can make the body is more healthy, and then yeah, like that, more healthy. So that's me. Then goodbye. In the middle of 2013, my uncle invited me to visit Malaysia, where his law came from, and said he also wanted me to invite me to visit Malaysia and Singapore for a vacation with my grandparents. When my uncle was told that, I was so very happy and very excited and can't wait for the end of 2013. To be able to visit abroad, of course I need a passport, and at the time I made a passport in the city called Charuban, because at the time in my city there was no immigration office. If it was not wrong about July, if it wasn't wrong Augustus, and at the time my passport was finished. In October 2013, my uncle told me about his plan for vacation to Malaysia and Singapore. My uncle said that our plane ticket, hotel, and other things had been handled by my uncle, and I have to do no reservation until early December. I can only see the photo of Singapore and Malaysia beauty while waiting for December come. Finally, the day I have been waiting for all the time has come. I have been very excited about that. December 21, 2013, in the morning around 3 p.m. I got all ready for my trip to Batam. Batam is where my uncle lives with his family. After prayer, I along with my grandparents headed to Juanda Airport in Surabaya. It takes around 5 and 6 hours to get Juanda Airport. After that, we are flag about 2 hours before arrive in Batam, and me and my parents arrived the airport around 11 and 30. And this way my experience on the plane, and especially in my first experience, I had to quit my grandparents, even though this is my first experience too, and right, I don't know anything about check-in or anything before flight. I asked many officers at the airport. Fortunately, they have very kind and friendly. Finally, I arrived in the waiting place until the boarding call was called. Around 1 and 54 o'clock, I was only on the plane, and I was very excited because this is my was my first experience on the plane. Riding on the plane, it was turned out to be very pleasant, even though there was still fear. After we are landing on Batam, I am surprised about the weather of Batam. This is so hot, better than Java. My uncle was pick up us at the airport with his family too. After that, we are going to Uncle house. Then I take a little nap before we go outside for a tech walk around Batam Island. Yeah, I think Batam is not bad. There is too many shopping center like a mall, supermarket, or anything else. But the weather is so bad. Next day in the morning, we are getting ready to win Malaysia and Singapore. On 8 a.m., we went to the port is called Sukupang International Ferry Terminal. We are yes, we are not only using plane to go Malaysia, but we are just land roads. After we are on the port, my uncle want to print the ticket first. After that, we are waiting on departure waiting place. And this is my first experience to go aboard. We are taking around 40 and 50 minutes before we are already arrived in Singapore port called Harbor Front Center. On immigration check-in, I was shocked because the guard asked me using English language, and when this time my English was very bad, and I don't know what she is saying about, and I just give answer yes and yes, and I still don't know. After that, I give a sign In there, the travel was already waiting for us to ride for Malaysia. We are taking around 5 hours ride from Harbourfront to terminal to Malacca, Malaysia, and was a tired trip because we are chose the land routes. After we are already arrived in Malaysia, we go to hotel first because everyone is tired. And on the night we are walking around Malaysia Street. Oh, I mean Malacca Street. And I'm surprised because this city quietly like Tokyo maybe, because they have a big tower like a Tokyo. Oh yeah, Malacca is so very very beautiful. To the next day we head to my uncle-in-law's house. It's turned out that his house was include his in his village like a Indonesian, but they're very crowded. Basically, there is something different than Indonesia. We are in Malacca around 4 days, maybe. After that, we go back Singapore. Yes, again trip around 5 hours. When we arrive in Singapore, we headed straight to the hotel, which is located in shopping center of Singapore called Orchard Street. Yeah, and then later, because I'm very excited, my tiredness after the trip seemed like nothing else. My uncle immediately invited me to walk around Orchard Street and even to the Marina Bay Sands using riding the MRT. Yeah, this is my first experience also riding MRT. After that, we go back to the hotel to rest. To next, to next day, or full day having fun in Singapore and Universal SeaWorld Singapore and Universal Studio Singapore. Where is in Sentosa Island. After we had a full day of fun, we returned to the hotel. Yes, we are going to Singapore and Malaysia, even though it is so very very expensive, but I think it is very very worth it. The next day we will have to return to Batam, Indonesia, and that is my experience I cannot forget. Hopefully someday I'll be back there. Thank you.